What will they remember about you when you're gone? That was the question that kept echoing in Ade's mind. Sitting on the porch of his small village house, Ade watched the sunset. The golden rays of light spread over the land like a blanket, casting long shadows that seemed to stretch into eternity. He sighed deeply, feeling the weight of his years resting on his shoulders. At 65, Ade had lived a full life, but something was missing. His heart was restless. Ade had been a man of action. He had built his family, his business, and even helped his community in small ways. But now, as he approached the twilight of his life, the question of legacy began to haunt him. What will they remember? He whispered to himself, looking out into the horizon. The Bible says, "A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children." Proverbs 13, verse 22. But Ade wasn't sure what he would leave behind. He had provided for his family, yet there was something deeper he felt called to do, something that went beyond material wealth. One evening, as Ade sat with his son, Kola, on that same porch, Kola broke the silence. "Papa," Kola said, "I've been thinking. What do you think is the most important thing you'll leave behind?" Ade smiled, but didn't answer immediately. He wanted to say money or land, but deep inside, he knew those things would fade. "I don't know, Kola. Maybe wisdom, maybe love." "What do you think?" Ade asked, curious about his son's perspective. Kola leaned back, thinking carefully. "I think it's the impact we leave on people. It's not the things we build, but the lives we touch. You've taught me that, Papa, even when you didn't say it directly." Ade was taken aback. His son's words echoed something he had been struggling with for months. The thought hit him like a wave. The real legacy is not in what we leave for others, but in what we leave in others. That conversation planted a seed in Ade's heart. It grew into a burning desire to leave something more meaningful than wealth or land. He realized that God had given him another kind of treasure: wisdom, faith, and compassion. So, Ade made a decision. He would spend his remaining years not just accumulating wealth, but investing in people. He started small. One day, after church, he gathered a few young men in the community and began sharing his life experiences with them. "Do not be afraid to make mistakes," Ade said to them, "but learn from them. Trust God in everything you do, and He will guide your steps. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." Proverbs 16, verse 3. The young men listened with eager hearts, hanging on to every word. Ade wasn't just telling them about business or life skills. He was teaching them to trust God, to walk in integrity, and to be men of character. Soon, others joined the group, and before long, it became a weekly gathering where Ade would mentor, encourage, and pray with them. As months passed, something remarkable happened. The young men started to change. They began stepping up as leaders in their homes, churches, and communities. Some of them, who had once been lost in their ways, found direction and purpose. Others, who had struggled with self-doubt, grew in confidence. One day, a young man named Delhi, who had been part of Ade's group from the start, approached him with tears in his eyes. "Baba Ade, I don't know how to thank you. You saved my life," Delhi said, his voice trembling. Ade was taken aback. "Saved your life? How?" Delhi smiled through his tears. "Before I met you, I was on the verge of giving up. I had no direction, no hope. But through your teachings, through your prayers, I found God. I found my purpose. I've reconciled with my family. I've started my own business, and I'm even helping others now." Ade was speechless. He never imagined that his simple act of sharing wisdom could have such a profound impact.